Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to move up to the next rung in the contest diet ladder, which is the micromanagement. So almost kind of an executive or administrative role. You're the CEO of your diet plan, and you're just kind of looking at all those variables and what are the things that I need to really shore up? How can I make this whole machine more effective and more efficient? So we started with those foundational blocks and rungs that we need to move up. Now, when you think of the small things, Adam, that really make a difference, what are some things you would include in that list?
Yeah, the first thing I like to put here is water intake. We just simply couldn't survive without it. So that's the major one. And I kind of like to block that into micro because we haven't really touched on it in the series. But that water intake is very important just for overall function. And then I'm going to throw sodium and potassium in there. That's just going to help your muscles contract and perform well in the gym, which is obviously extremely important when you're going through your contest prep.
I want to stop you right there because those two things kind of go hand in hand. I totally agree. If I'm not slugging a certain amount of water, like I really try and have almost a quart of water before I even have breakfast. And then, I kind of time it out because it just helps keep me on track with how I feel, how I train. But you mentioned sodium. I have a friend. He's not a client of mine. If he was a client of mine, he wouldn't be doing this. And he's going to see this and he's going to know who I'm talking about. But he is a solid pro. He's already won a couple titles, and he's working with somebody who, with a pretty small body weight, has him consuming 7,000 plus milligrams of sodium a day. And when you get that high, almost 3 times the RDA, I see a lot of things happen. First of all, on the stage, he's just got this thickness of skin, almost like a carb spillover. And I've seen a lot of people just not be able to lose weight, body fat as fast because of that much sodium. And we've talked about this, a couple times, and I'm not sure if it's just a calorie value or how that's slowing down the sodium potassium pump in the water, which would control, this would make more sense, literal cellular metabolism. But I think you can go overboard on sodium just like you can be too far under, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're also just going to potentially raise your blood pressure, which is never a good thing. That's huge. Anytime you have too much of something, it usually negatively impacts you. Just like you could drink too much water and, get sick. So
yeah, it's the same thing. I've had clients drink 3-4 gallons a day because they think more is better. And now they're leaching out minerals from their body, even calcium. They could be creating, osteopenia, osteoporosis because of that. But let's move on to some other things, because you had mentioned a couple episodes ago, like branched chain amino acids. Some people think I'm just going to throw these in my water and slug them down all day. That can be something that you want to micromanage a little bit better. For what reason?
Mainly because it is caloric, and some of the supplements that people take are caloric and they just don't realize that. So anything that tastes good, I would monitor very closely. And I think that's really key, is to making sure that you're just not sipping on those artificial sweeteners all day and possibly breaking your fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good point, and I'll emphasize this. The clients I've seen that have an entire cabinet full of supplements, and they're, every hour they're taking a handful of pills or a scoop of this, scoop of that, I absolutely find they lose body fat slower because there are just hundreds of calories of, organic and inert things that they're consuming that may not even have a calorie value on the label because they're just not typical, things that are consumed. And it's a real issue, I find, with a lot of people.
Almost like it when a vitamin lists like the calories on it. I know one of my clients, she knows 10 grams of carbs are going from her vitamin pack. And I love that because it's just not up in the air. And
it's impressive.
For us to, discover.
Yeah. So guys, I would even finish this up by saying monitor things like sleep. Anything in this micromanagement, it's like I said, that executive view, all of the little things, is everything working like it should to make sure that I can reach my goal? So these are all small things that add up to a pretty big effect. So make sure that you pay attention to all those. And we're going to have one more episode to wrap this up. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you next time.